Welcome back to Cidery from Scratch. We're David and Rachel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So today we thought we'd spend just a few minutes showing you guys our brew setup. We've had a past video, and we'll link to it right now, showing you the equipment needed, but we didn't really go over kind of the layout and how we make our cider. So we wanted to show you that real quick. So without further ado, David will take you on a tour.
Welcome everybody. If you haven't yet, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We really appreciate it. It helps us determine if we're doing a good job or not. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. We'll explain to you our setup for our home brew.
Just a quick side note too, if the video is a little bit shaky, I'm using this new, what's it called?
Gimbal?
A gimbal. We're just gonna constantly try to make our videos better. And so if it looks a little bit shaky in the video, I promise I will get better.
We'll start on this table. In this box here is our more commonly used equipment. We've got our brushes, our siphon tube, racking tubes, things that we transport up and down from our kitchen upstairs. That's the only thing we really don't have down here necessarily is our kitchen and our area where we clean and sanitize all of our equipment. So we keep our Star Sand sanitizer up there as well. But to continue on down here on our first station, we've got our capper, all of our caps, our most common ingredients. We've got just our table sugar, corn sugar, Fermade K, Go Firm. Something we wanted to note on our nutrient Go Firm and Fermade K, an issue we had early on is we had some very old nutrients, Fermade K and Fermade. Make sure that your nutrients is not expired. Those nutrients will only last 2 to 4 years, so make sure to stay close to that. We had to pitch out 3 or 4 batches of cider. Luckily, they're only 1 galloners, but stay close to that. Moving on down, we've got all of our other small things that we've touched base on, our pH reader, scales, some labels, etc., etc. Just one of our racking tubs, 5-gallon carboy funnel. This is our note station on top of our refrigerator. This is where we see all the magic happen. We've got a few bottles in there right now, cooling, right about ready to taste. Then heading down to really our, what we like to call mixing and fermentation table. We've got our 3 carboys here that are currently brewing. We'll link to a vid where you can see those going on right now and how we set those up. Otherwise, we've got our ingredients for our next batch. We've got our apple juice, sugar. We're gonna experiment with some honey, make some honey ciders, and then we're gonna do some black tea for tannins. So we've got some black tea right there ready to go. This is our little sanitation tub in case we have to do any sort of impromptu sanitizing on the job. Then we've got some cleaning supplies, some tape, all of our bottles that are ready to use, as well as some more down here on the ground. And then we've got all of our currently conditioning bottles set up here with labels. Each of those need anywhere from a week to a couple weeks to a month or so to continue conditioning. And then we'll throw those in the refrigerator so we can taste them. Last but not least is just our storage area. This is where we keep our bigger carboys. We got a 5-galloner, we got a 6.9-gallon carboy over here, and then in the back we've got another bottling bucket. We've got upwards of 20 1-galloners that we'll use throughout the process of making cider, so on and so forth, racking tubes, air siphons, etc. And then we've got our testing straws, all of our airlocks, some miscellaneous supplies, and then some of our other chemicals, ingredients, phosphates, sorbates, etc., etc.
All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in to that short video. Thank you guys for your support as always. Like David just said, this is the same stuff that we went over outside when we were talking about our equipment, but this is kind of what it looks like, and this is kind of our permanent station when we're making cider. So it should look very familiar to you guys with our other videos. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
And remember, always follow your dreams. Thanks.